Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a curious young boy named Kofi. Kofi was full of energy and always eager to explore the world around him. He had heard many stories about the big city from travelers passing through the village and dreamed of seeing it for himself one day. One bright morning, Kofi decided he would visit the city. Without telling his parents, he sneaked out of his home and followed the path leading to the bustling town. The further he walked, the more excited he became, imagining all the wonders he would see. After a long journey, Kofi finally arrived in the city. Tall buildings reached up to the sky, cars zoomed past, and people hurried in every direction. It was so different from his quiet village. Kofi was amazed by everything he saw. He wandered around the city, exploring parks, markets, and tall buildings. But as the day went on, he started to feel tired and hungry. The city was much bigger than he had imagined, and soon, he realized he was lost. Kofi tried retracing his steps, but nothing looked familiar. As the sun began to set, he started to feel scared and wished he had never left his village. The city was loud and confusing, and he didn't know how to find his way back home. Just when Kofi felt completely hopeless, a kind family noticed him sitting alone on a bench, looking sad. The mother, Mrs. Ade, approached him and asked gently, "Are you lost, little one?" Kofi nodded, tears welling up in his eyes. "I came from the village to see the city, but now I can't find my way back." Mrs. Ade smiled warmly. "Don't worry, dear. We'll help you." The Ade family had often visited Kofi's village to buy fresh produce, so they knew exactly where he was from. They brought Kofi to their home, gave him a warm meal, and let him rest for the night. The next morning, Mr. Ade arranged for a friend who was traveling to the village to take Kofi back home. As they drove through the city streets, Kofi looked out of the window, feeling a mix of relief and excitement to return to the familiar sights of his village. When they arrived at the village, Kofi's parents were overjoyed to see him. They had been worried sick, searching for him everywhere. Kofi ran into their arms, promising never to leave without telling them again. From that day on, Kofi appreciated his village even more. He realized that while the city was exciting, there was nothing like the warmth and safety of home. He also learned that it's always important to ask for help when you're lost, and that there are kind people who are willing to lend a hand when you need it. And so, Kofi grew up with a deeper love for his village and the people in it, knowing that no matter where his curiosity took him, his heart would always belong to his village home.